Hi, this is Kyle with Pure Storage. Today we're going to walk you through a quick demo just showing some of the ways that VMware Cloud Native Storage and persistent volume claims work with vVols and Pure Storage. So we've already got workload management set up. We've got a vVols data store created. What we're going to do first is just go ahead and assign a vSphere based tag to it. The tag name is Kubernetes vVols. The category is Kubernetes vVols, just to keep it simple. Now that we've got that tag assigned, let's go ahead and create a storage profile. One of the neat things that vVols enables you to do is actually use array-based features, and I'll show you how to do that here in just a second. The name of this is storage class vVol demo, and then we're going to enable rules for Pure Storage. And one of the neat things you can do with this is, in this example, we're going to say we want this particular rule to only go on a flash array, and in fact only go on this particular flash array where that vVol data store I showed previously resides. In addition, we're also going to go ahead and tag it with this vSphere based tag as well that we just created at the start of this video. So as we can see, our vVols data store is indeed works with that one. We'll click finish, and now that storage policy has been created. So one of the really cool things about this is this storage policy we've created. We can now take it and add it to an existing namespace within workload management. So we'll go ahead and edit storage in our MySQL namespace, add this storage class vVols demo policy to it. You can see it's there. And then we'll go ahead and log in against our TKC cluster. Okay, so we're logged in. We'll go ahead and look at our contexts. So we're currently using the TKG MySQL context. And now if we go ahead and do a kube control get storage class, we can see that that storage policy that we just created is available for us to use. So now we can start to do some interesting things like using YAML files to create a persistent volume as well as a persistent volume claim. So if we look at this persistent volume claim YAML file, this will basically set up and define and allow us to use that persistent volume or that vVol data store, as a persistent volume as well as a persistent volume claim, simply by adding our storage class name to it. In this particular YAML file, you can see we have both a persistent volume as well as a PVC. We'll go ahead and apply it. And as we can see, both the persistent volume and PVC have now been created. So now that those are in place, let's say that we want to go ahead and deploy MySQL deployment. So if we look at this YAML file and we scroll down, for example, in MySQL, you're going to want to have your database on a persistent storage volume, right? So that's what we're basically setting up here. By using this claim name and specifying that we previously specified via this YAML file, we will now basically create our MySQL pod and then associate that pod with that persistent volume claim, which is on a vVol. So now this is up and running. We can see if we get our persistent volume claim, there it is, as expected. It's 50 gigs in size and is part of that SC vVols demo storage class. If we go back into vCenter, just to show you how all this relates to each other, here is that persistent volume claim. If we click in on it, we can see that the persistent volume claim ID matches what I just showed on the CLI, and you can find that here. And then, of course, that is the persistent volume alphanumeric code. The persistent volume, if we go into PowerShell, for instance, and run get vdisk, we can see on the top there's that persistent volume that we've created as well as part of that original YAML file. And then finally, if we go over to the Pure Storage GUI, just to show where this maps within our GUI, if you click in on a volume group that we're using, you can see it's a vVol first class disk. There is our 50 gig persistent volume there as well. Thank you so much for watching as always. A lot more to come on Cloud Native Storage, but hopefully this was a good primer just to show you how all of this works together. Thanks a lot for watching, and please feel free to check out the VMware Platform Guide for more info.